Christabel has proven that social media is a scam, which is very true. I mean, this is what a lot of influencers do. They tell lies about properties they acquire, expensive properties, expensive cars. And the worst part is that a lot of people get to believe them, which in turn ruin their home because they are listening to bad or false information from the social media. They get to apply it on their homes and is destroying everything that they have. I just hope that this will be a lesson to those people that are listening to bad advice from the social media. Kudos to Mr. Aloy. Dan is set to make sure that nothing bad happens to this family as far as good advice is concerned. He is definitely going to stand for this family to make sure they don't separate. But in as much as Christabel's husband does not support her, I mean, there is always room for you to compromise as long as marriage is concerned. Christabel can be a lot of things. She is not someone that will neglect her own child. But with the way the husband is blaming Christabel, is making her to feel like she doesn't care about her child. I mean, she cannot deliberately allow her child to get injuries. She can't do that. So I think the husband should take it easy on her. In fact, this is something they need to sit down and discuss as husband and wife so that it will not bring issue in this family. But let's take it one after the other. So Christabel came out of the house and she was celebrating that her husband bought her a car, a brand new car. But obviously, it's not true. It's one of the lies that she tells her fans as an influencer that she is. This is why you have to be very careful with the things that you believe from social media. The husband was just taking a video of her because she was live telling people about the lies that her husband just bought her a new car. While she was celebrating, she wanted to make a video about the husband. She was trying to tell people that the husband is a good man. In fact, if you want to get married, you should get married to a husband that will take care of you and buy you expensive things just like her husband. And she was just showing off everything. I wonder what people that are watching her will be thinking or how they will be feeling right now. A lot of people will be thinking that their husbands are not the best, whereas they are actually doing their best. But this is one of the lies that people get from social media. But it is obvious that the husband is not in support of these lies. He doesn't want his family to be built on lies. But that is one thing that Christabel is failing to understand. She wants to drag the husband into this when he is not ready. Why she attempt to film the husband to show the husband face in the video so that people can get to see her husband that bought her an imaginary expensive car. The husband pushed her away and told her straight to her face, I am not going to be a part of this nonsense. I have told you time and time again that I am not part of these lies. And she was like, why did you end the video? I cannot complete this video that you bought me a gift without you showing your face in, so that people would at least believe that it is true. But it is lies. And your husband, your husband is not part of this whole nonsense. Christabel still went ahead to tell her fans that, in fact, she has the best man on earth. That if you are not married to a man that can do anything for you, that can empty his account for you, that can serve you breakfast in bed, that can buy you expensive things, go to your Instagram post to check your old videos, just to get things that you need without your consent, then you should run away from that marriage. But obviously, these are all lies. Christabel is not living this life. And the one bad thing is that what she is doing right now is destroying a lot of homes. Because people out there are feeling that this whole marriage thing is very much rosy on the part of Christabel. But it is not true. While she was here telling lies about what her marriage is, which is obviously not true, the husband was in the kitchen looking for food to eat. The baby was crying because she's very hungry. There's no food. Christabel refused to cook food. Can you imagine? And she is here telling the world about things that are not true. We should be very careful. Again, we should be very, very careful with the kind of information that we take from social media. We should be very wise to know that social media is a scam. Don't believe everything that you see on social media. She went on telling the lies, and the husband has no choice but to allow her child to cry to where the mother is so that she will understand that what she's doing is bad. When she had a cry, she was trying to end the conversation she was having with her fans, obviously telling them the lies that never existed. The husband came and ended the live stream. And she was yelling, why did you do that? You already know that I was trying to end the life. Why did you have to do that? And the husband made her to understand that there is no food in the house. Now, the one thing that I don't understand is that Christabel is an influencer. Does your influencing stop you from cooking food in the house so that your husband, yourself, and your child can eat? Because I don't seem to understand. You are more concerned about telling people lies about your family, but you don't even care about how your family is faring, which is very bad. The husband said, you have refused to cook. And the one silly excuse that Christabel could come up with was that a brand that she's influencing for is bringing food and they don't have to waste the food. So if the husband is hungry, he should go to the kitchen and sip Gary. Can you imagine? You are sending your husband to the kitchen to go and drink Gary. This Christabel, I don't understand. Yet you are here telling people about things that are not even existing. It is obvious that Christabel don't even have an idea of what kind of damage she's trying to bring to her marriage. But I think that with time she will get to realize it. But I hope she does not allow you to linger until it's too late. She had to go to the room to meet the husband, to also confront the husband about what he did to her concerning the live stream. And the husband has to put it straight. Why are you telling lies to people? Why are you telling lies to people? Have you ever considered the damage that the lies you are telling people can do to their families? It is obvious that you don't care about this family. And Christabel was like, are there not fake people out there? We have fake engineers that build houses and the houses collapse. We have fake people that are doing this, fake mechanics, fake doctors, everything fake. Now you are trying to justify your actions. Why can you build your own home with lies? Just because you feel that a lot of people out there are telling lies, you think it is okay for you to come up here and tell lies? You can influence people, and also tell them the truth so that they don't end up destroying their self because of you. Then she has this excuse that she did not force anybody to believe her. In fact, anybody that is believing her is believing her to their own detriment. It is not her fault that they believe her and their family is having issues and all that. This is one thing about influencers. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. They only care about the money that they get to make from social media and living the fake life out there. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to mind what you believe from social media. The husband could not help it but share with the friend Dan what the wife is doing and how he can no longer take it anymore from the wife. But it is obvious that Dan is also a very reasonable person. He told him straight to his face, you have to consider what your wife is requesting for. If your wife is requesting for a maid, you need to consider it because the workload is becoming much right now. But the husband is insisting that this was not what they agreed before they got married. Sometimes in marriage, there is room for you to compromise, especially when the workload is becoming too much. He's working so hard to make sure that this family is okay. And that is why he wants the wife to focus on, they only have one child. So I don't even understand the reason why Christabel cannot take care of just one child. But while Christabel was at home trying to influence again, telling people about her grandmother's recipe on cooking egusi soup, the child went ahead to get herself injured. The television fell and gave her injury. She had to run to pick up the child. In fact, at this point, I know that Christabel is beginning to think of what the husband will say when he comes back, because the husband has never taken it easy on her. In fact, this whole thing is going to bring another issue. The husband got back home and was trying to feed the baby and discovered that the child has a wound on her leg. And he was very concerned. What happened to my child while I was away, while I was at the office trying to work for this family? I can't come back home to see this kind of injury on my child's leg. He had to beckon on Christabel. When Christabel came down, why are you yelling at me as if you're a village man? This marriage, sometimes I feel like it is a battlefield because most people make it to look like one. And the husband was like, what happened to my child? Christabel explained to the husband that the child got this injury while she was in the kitchen preparing the food that he is eating. Now, this is where I don't understand. The husband was blaming Christabel for allowing the child to have injury. In fact, how can you be cooking and allow your child to be alone? He was just blaming Christabel. This is where I don't understand. Do you want a wife to be looking at the pot and be looking at and the husband was failing to understand? It might be wrong, but then as a husband, you need to understand that it is always not that easy for you to be doing like two things at the same time, looking after the child and doing this one. In fact, there's a lot of workload in the house. Which mother would, be happy that their children are getting injuries. No mother will be happy that the child is getting injury. So you have to take it easy with your wife and not make her to feel that she is not taking care of the family or she doesn't care about her own child. But then we'll get to find out about this on the next episode. Please like the video if you are not like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. I will bring the next episode as soon as it drop. As you can see, it is fire, in fact, fire brigade on this new episode. But for now, take care.